So, this is Lucifer here. If it's your first time joining my channel, welcome. How you doing, my jinn? I hope you're having a great demonic day. Yeah, so as I was saying, like, there's a lot of people that might not fuck with this because of the whole Lucifer thing, the whole demonic thing, the whole jinn thing. It doesn't resonate with them. There's some people it resonates with. They're just too shy to say anything, or yada yada yada, blah blah blah. And YouTube is kind of removing views from my channel too. It's kind of weird. Anyway, sorry about that. We're kind of checking. So anyways, you might not mess with it because of the whole Lucifer thing, and you kind of like, well, I believe in God and shit, and I don't want to be listening to that. That's some demon shit. That's some Satan shit. But hey, man, where do you get your daily dose of Satanism? Get it from the Illuminati, right? The Illuminati should call themselves the illusionists because that's what they do. They create illusions. So think about it this way, right? If the Illuminati are, Satanists, and they're putting everything out there, right? Doing rituals, they make videos with demons in it, and all blood and sacrifice and shit and blah blah blah. Maybe they're just doing that to scare you. Maybe they're just doing that to scare you from finding out the truth for yourself. So like that, it's called guilt by association, right? It's a game that you used to play when you were a child. They show you a circle and you have to guess what word it is. Or they show you a word and you have to guess what it is. So you have a word that says circle, but you have a triangle, a square, and a circle. And because I taught you what a circle is, you should be able to point at the circle. If I show you the word circle and you have a 3-choice option, you should be able to point at the circle because I already showed you before what a circle was, right? So this is called cognitive response. Your cognitive response will let you know what a circle is. The memory and time frame in your mind and everything, right? If you have memory, you have cognitive response. You cannot have cognitive response if you don't have memory. So what you have to work with at first is not the memory, is not the cognitive response. You got to work with the memory, right? Because that's where all the information is stored. So I have a word here, and I show you an angel, a prophet, and a creature with horns and hooves. And I'll show you the word demon. You're not going to point at the prophet because that's not what we showed you. You're not going to point at the angel because that's not what we showed you either. You're going to point at what you know and what we taught you that a demon is. The thing with the horns and hooves. That's what the demon is. But in actuality, It's 11:11 right now. I got 11:11 on the dial. Can I show my? Ah, I don't have my cell phone on me. I would have showed you it's 11:11. Anyways, so that's why you don't mess with my YouTube videos, because as a kid you already know what a circle is. That's why you don't mess with me, because they already told you what a demon is. So by association, your brain's cognitive response is thinking hooves, horns, evil, memory. It's an automatic. And for some people, me, like I said before, when you understand language and mathematics, you kind of remove yourself from that sort of mind state. You don't believe in that sort of thing, like you kind of like, especially if you, like I said 1,000 billion times, if you check the word demons, if you check the etymology of the word demon, if you check the pronoun and the suffix, the prefix and the suffix, pronoun what? If you check the the prefix and the suffix of the word demon, it means God. It means it means God. Not the God, but a God. So I guess, a lot of people have a lot of trouble with believing that they might be gods. There's a lot of people that have a lot of trouble believing that there is a life without what some people think God is. Because by association, we taught you what to believe in. Society already taught you what to believe in. They already gave you what to believe in, which is a good thing, because a lot of people would be lost without the notion of God. A lot of people would be living in despair with the notion of God. But that's only because, but that's not true, actually. That's a complete lie. You would not live in despair, because people like me exist, and we would have taught you the right way anyway, because we are one with the earth, we are one with the spirits, we are one with everything. We are one with you too. We are part of you and you are part of us. We're connected to you. We're connected to everything. Dogs, animal, trees, plants, everything is connected through us and in us, and vice versa. So this whole thing where people think like, I would be lost without God, is not true. It's not facts. It's very not true. I mean, they burned the Library of Alexandria, the biggest library known to man, with all the recorded knowledge of almost everything from around the world, or at least the major civilization that existed at the time. And they burned it. Why? Why burn something that important? It's not me. If I was a regular conqueror, let's say I was like a everyday conqueror kind of guy, right? I wouldn't burn Alexandria. I would possess it, because that's power right there. You can build more things with that sort of knowledge, right? I would keep Alexandria for myself. And then I'd use the knowledge inside of the library in order to build bigger and better things or conquer other civilization and widen my civilization. I mean, Xerxes ruled the world for a minute, and he didn't burn Alexandria. Oh, no, he didn't burn Alexandria. I mean, it was the fucking Romans that burned Alexandria, from what I remember. I'm not saying Xerxes was a normal conqueror, but he was a smart conqueror. And a smart conqueror would not burn things like that, man. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it was the Romans that burned Alexandria. Why did the Romans burn Alexandria? Because the Romans knew that that kind of knowledge left in the hand of the people would obviously lead to a form of revolt. A revolt because the Roman had a specific structure and order that they wanted to create, and they couldn't create that form of structure and order if people have that kind of knowledge. So you can't just Romans were putting people to sleep, basically. They gave people enough knowledge to survive, but not enough to thrive. And because of that, Romans stayed on top for a long time, for centuries. They stayed on top for centuries because of that, right? And without that, they wouldn't have been able to do all this shit. They wouldn't have been able to survive this long because their philosophy is a philosophy is it's T-Rex type shit, right? It's like prehistoric. Alexandria was the future. But men have a lot of problem accepting the future. They are scared of change. Men are scared of change. They're afraid of change, bro. So when they first entered Alexandria, they shit their pants. It was like, whoa, these guys are on a whole other level. You know what I mean? It was like, yo. They were like, yo, that's crazy. And best believe, well, if they're so smart, how come they did survive? Best believe that shit was, don't believe everything you read. If the Romans, white people got skills, like I'm telling you, man. Greeks have skills, bro. Europeans got skills, bro. They don't just go to war and kill everything on sight, bro. They make deals, they infiltrate, they sneak around, they bribe people. So if Alexandria got burned down, you best believe that's the case. That's how you really win wars. It's by bribing officials, putting people in your pocket so you can sneak in the back door, get some documents. You got to spy. If you want to win a war, you have to learn how to spy on people. So that's what I mean when I say like white people got skills because they learn how to spy on people. They don't just, go in blind and start, hacking everything in sight, bro. And when you got an enemy like that, well, You got an enemy like that, man. I'm not saying that, you know, Greeks and the Athenians, Mesopotamians had no idea what spying was. It's just, you know, Romans, you know, everybody has his day. You know, every dog has his day, bro. It was the Romans' turn. That's all it is. But I guarantee you it wasn't as glorious as people make it sound, you know, in the history books and shit like that, or the movies on TV. It was probably very dirty, very crass kind of gameplay. Very crass kind of gameplay, bro. So you can't believe anything anyone tells you. You know, like, and this to me is what Lucifer represents. It represents the awakened mind of the man that rebels against everything, his own faulty, imperfect way of thinking, and not just society, not just the government. He rejects the government. He rebels against the government. He rebels against religion. He rebels against, you know, everything. It's just, it's all trash to me. You know, even though it's not necessarily trash, but it's trash that I have to reconstruct in my mind the right way. Because the way that they showed it to me was garbage. But maybe there's a reason why those things exist. And maybe that's what I have to find. Maybe that's what I have to find out. How to actually use these things that they're using correctly. Or what happens if I use those things correctly. So, this video is too damn long. My name is Seth, also known as Lucifer. And because I keep hearing somebody say your name is Seth. I don't know why. I don't want to say my name is Seth. So my name is Seth, also known as Lucifer. Have a good one. Peace out. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way.